What's good, CCMAFIA? I am back with another video. Tonight is going to be a story time. I want to talk about how I found out I was pregnant, and I want to talk about how motherhood has changed me. So before we get into this video, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I need you to hit the bell so you can get notifications when I upload a video, whether it's email or a push notification. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So, first I want to talk about how I found out I was pregnant with Caleb. So, of course I had did what I did, you do what you do. But, I had a friend who was pregnant. Her name was Cassandra, and me and her had went out to eat, and I was just asking her about her pregnancy and her symptoms and just the whole overall experience. So I was telling her, like, yeah, my stomach been feeling weird for like the past couple of days. I've been cramping, like I'm on my cycle, but I'm not. So it's just weird. So then she was like, Chelsea, you know that, your body could be fertilizing an egg. And I was like, what? No, I've never heard of no stuff like that. That don't even make sense. So we were sitting in Olive Garden, and I was sipping a sangria as we were having this conversation, and I was just like, not me, there's no way. Because, I had been going to the club, I had been turning up, I had been drinking like a sailor, drinking like a fish, whatever analogy you want to use. So I was like, no, there's no way I could possibly be pregnant. There's no way. So then I had went home, and while I was asleep, I had a dream that I was just crying hysterically about something. I don't know what it was. I was just crying hysterically. So I was like, you know what? Let me get up and go to the store and get a pregnancy test, because this is just weird. Like, it's just too much weird stuff going on for my liking. So I was like, let me just get up and go to the store and get a pregnancy test. So I get up, I go to the store and get a pregnancy test, get back to my crib, and excuse my dog in the background. I don't know why she just want to talk a lot tonight. She's the most talkative dog ever. But yeah, so I get back to the crib, and I read the little instructions on the pregnancy test, and it say to wait X amount of seconds or X amount of minutes, I believe, and it'll tell you whether you're pregnant or not. So I peed and stuck the pregnancy test in the cup, and it didn't take 3 seconds for it to say positive. Like, it turned positive. So I don't even think a full drop of pee got on the pregnancy test before it said positive. And y'all, I was sick. Do you hear me? Sick. I was crying hysterically. I was so sick. Because my best friend was pregnant. No, I'm lying. My best friend had just had her baby like 2 months. Yeah, 2 months. 2 months prior to that. And then my friend Cassandra was pregnant, and she was just, some people just have not so pleasant pregnancies, and her pregnancy wasn't that pleasant. Like, she used to be throwing up and sick all the time and just But you guys, I cried so bad. And so it was coming time, so then I had ended up calling my best friend. Me and my best friend, she stays in California now, but she stayed in Nevada at the time. So I just ended up calling her, and she picked up the phone, and I was crying hysterically, and then she was crying hysterically about a situation that she had going on. So we just sat on the phone and cried hysterically about whatever we were crying hysterically about. But y'all, I just could not believe I was pregnant. Couldn't believe it. And then it was time for me to come home for Christmas, and I called my mama and I was like, hey, you know, I'm coming home for Christmas and I'm bringing somebody with me. And she was like, oh, who you bringing? And I was just like, well, technically it's not a person yet, but you know, it's kind of like a little alien or something. And she was like, Chelsea, what you talking about? And I was like, you know, you better not be pregnant. I kind of am. And so when I came home, I was a toothpick back then. So she was just pushing on my stomach. Are you sure you're pregnant? And I'm like, yes. And I had an easy pregnancy though. It was very, very easy. I wasn't sick. The only thing, like the only symptom that I had, I slept all day. I worked at nighttime. I was in security, and I used to stand outside because I was scared to tell them I was pregnant. So it was a minute before I told them I was pregnant. So I used to be standing outside with heavy ass guns, just standing outside on watch, like I ain't pregnant. And then I ended up having a conversation with a girl who was pregnant in security with me. And I was just like, girl, like, and then one of the other people overheard me, and she was like, you know, you're not supposed to be doing all this while you're pregnant. So yeah, we need to tell somebody. So I ended up telling them, and hey, but yeah, it was just weird, and I was scared, and oh my god, I was so scared of having a baby. Not like raising a baby, but like physically having a baby. Like I was petrified. I did not want to have a baby vaginally because I didn't want my vagina to split, and he ended up being breached anyway, and I ended up having to get a cesarean. So that was kind of painful. But if I had to do it all over again, I'm pretty positive I'll do a cesarean again, because, you know, like anything like other than the vaginal area, I'm fine with the pain. I don't want my vagina split. So yeah, that is how I found out that I was pregnant, and that is how I let my loved ones know that I was pregnant. And Caleb is here, and he is 3 years old now. He'll be 4 in August. And yeah, it's been a long 4 years, which comes to my next topic: how has motherhood changed me? Well, one, I would definitely say that motherhood has matured me. It has brought me a lot of patience, because I was impatient. I'm still impatient, but it's kind of like all my patience is reserved for him. It's been stressful. It's been sometimes, you know, and you know, I'm sure a lot of ladies can relate to this. But it's some days you feel like super mom, and then some days you feel inadequate. Some days you just feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. But you just got to do what you got to do. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk, even if you are married, even if you have a boyfriend, even if you're a single mother. I know married people and people who are in relationships who motherhood, they still struggle with it. Postpartum is definitely real. It takes a lot to get through it, And you have to talk about it. You can't just bundle it up inside and just brush it off your shoulder. You need to open up about, you know, how you feel and what you go through. And you just got to know that it's like everybody experiences the same thing. None of us know what the heck we're doing. Like, we just do as we go. You know, you're going to have to call a couple girlfriends like, hey, what do you do? I just called my best friend yesterday and was like, listen, Caleb is too friendly in public places. It is giving me anxiety. So how do I keep him as an outgoing, because I like that he's outgoing, but how do I keep him as an outgoing child, but hone it in a little bit, because it's scary, because people crazy. Like, people are crazy. So yeah, and then it's a great possibility, like a huge, I'm talking about huge possibility, that you're gonna lose yourself. That's just how it is. You cannot get caught up into being a mother so much that you forget to take care of yourself. You still have to take care of yourself, whether it's just taking a moment for yourself, going to a salon, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, your toes done, going shopping. Because, you know, we walk around here looking like homeless people a lot, because, you know, all of our energy, all of our time, all of our money go to our kids. So, you know, you just have to take time for yourself, and you have to not try to do everything on your own. I know it's easier said than done. I know some people don't have people who they feel like they can help them, but it takes a village. It really takes a village. You, your friend, your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your friend mama, your friend grandma. Like, one of my friends' grandmother helps me so much with, like, that's his grandma. That's his other grandma. So it really takes a village, and you cannot lose yourself. You cannot not lose yourself. And if you lose yourself, you have to fight to get yourself back. It's so easy to become so-and-so's mom and not whatever your name is. It's so easy for me to be just Caleb's mom and me forget who Chelsea is. So you cannot lose yourself. You cannot beat yourself up when it comes to being a parent. You're going to make mistakes. That's a part of life. You learn from them. You're going to not have it all together. That's when you reach out to other parents that you know and you get advice. And when you ask people for advice, because I've experienced this, a lot of people want advice, but they don't want advice. A lot of people want advice, but they don't want to listen to what you're saying or actually do what you're saying, and it could potentially help them out a lot. So if you're going to ask for advice, be sure to take the advice and try to utilize the advice. Don't just, ask people just to ask. Like I said, other people have gone through this stuff. You're not the only person. You may feel like the only person who is going through something involving motherhood or parenthood or fatherhood. But you're not the only person. So, honestly, motherhood has it's changed my perspective on a lot of things, and it's given me anxiety. It's giving me anxiety. It's stressing me out. Especially, when you want to go to school, you got to work. It's tough, but, with a good support system, you can get through it, whether they're there physically or, y'all only talk on the phone. And yeah, like, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything about it. Anything about it, I would not change. If I had to do it all over again, I'll do it all over again. And I want to do it all over again. not exactly how I did it, but I definitely want to have another child. I want to have a little girl. I'm positive I'm going to have all boys if I do decide to continue to have children. But yeah, motherhood has changed me tremendously. My attitude is better. My patience, you know, your heart is literally walking beside you, jumping on you, getting on your nerves, yelling, spitting, screaming, kicking. Your heart is literally doing all of that things, and you just sit and watch it. So yeah, I didn't think that I could love somebody as much as I love Caleb. So if you are considering having a child, definitely talk to some mothers, you know, and get their intake and input and advice, and you know, whether it's about just pregnancy as a whole, motherhood, or you know, even the things that you need to purchase, because you know, new moms, we waste a lot of money on stuff that we don't have to waste money on. So yeah, that is my intake. That is my input on motherhood. I love it. I love it, and it drives me crazy, but I love it. But anyway, if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you hit the subscribe button, and if you see this video pop up on any of your timelines, please share. I am at like 168, I think, subscribers. 168, and I am trying to make it to 200. So if you guys can help me out, share this video and get my views up and my subscribers up, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers and get my views up so we can get things on and popping. And if you have any videos that you would like to see from me, whether it is story time videos, if it's challenges, pranks, or whatever the case may be, put them in the comments down below, because I'm finna start pranking motherfuckers. So if you're watching this video and you're close to me physically and you're close to me spiritually, because you're my road dog, you're probably gonna get pranked. So just stay tuned for that. Be aware of that. So can't nobody say I didn't trick them or anything like that. But yeah, that's all I have for tonight. It is 10:25. I don't know why I'm always waiting till it's late at night to want to do videos. I guess because Caleb is asleep. He's not running around screaming and making noise with all his toys. Oh, if any of you guys are in the Birmingham area and you have a little boy who needs some clothes or some shoes or some toys, hit me up on any of my social media sites. I'll have my social media sites linked down in the description, and I can hook you up, because it got to go. It gotta go. But anyway, thank you guys. I love you guys, and we are out.